There's the knife.
After, or...
Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with the case? Bloody murder weapon, red car. Where's the chief prosecutor of the district, right? Oh me, you're supposed to be bad people. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide accurate testimony. What's that, Rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Sky planned this murder. That's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicative planning. However, why would she not prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh. The knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, don't forget the weapon. Order. Wait, Mr. Wright. Wait, Mr. Wright, my citizens, the goods free. Right. You believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. Sorry. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling... No, I hope you weren't deluding yourself to thinking the tide has turned, not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah. The prosecution could care less if it's premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Sky, murdered the detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't... I didn't see what I said. I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. Sorry. Witness, please tell us what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Is it not testimony, or can I... Yes, not testimony. Lana Sky intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I heard repeat it, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Alright, well, let's just get around these ones. You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, Rookie. I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she's about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again, Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. You have no proof Miss Sky called him there. You have no proof she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There is no record of a call made to the defendant Miss Sky on the defendant Miss Sky's phone. She might have written him a letter. At least try public phone first. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness, why do you think it was the suspect that summoned the victim that day? I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. kind of grudge. Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't, that's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See, we agree there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. So, you suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us what your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. A human machine? That's a contradiction.
Objection!
Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Note to self, Mr. Edgeworth's eyes smell like citrus fruit. Say again and again, how many times did you stab him exactly? We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Add more wax to it. Short wick and burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Well, that one is the one that's wrong because of the autopsy report.
Objection!
You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as well as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states the victim's death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound. You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk, he's my hero, really. What about my objection? Nobody noticed. Well, witness. You've got the crime scene set, right? Thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood, but now I realize that mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from the victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw, not what that you thought was blood. Testify! A red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how the ghastly the scene was. A red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. She can easily be hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. This guy was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people have often mistaken my beard for a bib. That's why I feel so much like it. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Mr. Wright, this is our chance! Chance for what, I wonder? The Stars turned out to be a short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Judging on her abilities as a detective really set her off. Oh, we're at the short wig burns again. Okay. He's not wearing it.
Objection! Objection!
Witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing any scarf or muff of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph. Oh, you put it yourself in this photograph.
Huh? But that can't be.
Only a professional lunchsteady could be such utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. But what was there? The scarf? No, not that, but something red, really.
Well, now, where were we? Your witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurate, at least. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim?
Alright, so now testimony. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her and explained her rights to her and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief of prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks.
Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum.
An oil drum?
Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You can cross-examine if you will.
So, where is this partition on the floor plan?
I'm sure she means the wall next to the car. I'm sure she means the wall next to the car. There was a wall there, but 6 feet high. But she was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? You say quickly? Were you close to the suspect?
I just said I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. You did say you were on the other side of the thing fence. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe.
The lunch lady car was... She was a visitor, thus parked in B block.
So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course.
Amazing. The cough-up queen lunch lady athlete indeed.
It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she could have gotten my sister that fast. How did Miss Sky not get away? She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? Remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Anyway, after all I heard, I said the word muffler.
Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else?
Yes, the chief of police prosecutor is talking on her phone.
By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the scene of the crime?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately?
My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
No, the court doesn't see Miss Starr.
Chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall?
That's right. Near the car. Emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order.
So she used her cell phone?
Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day.
Good witnessing, witness. You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
Things I do to please the rookie defense attorney. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court?
I was going to ask the same thing.
I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind his partition. She picked up the emergency phone but was out of order. She pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence.
Then boldly grabbed her arm.
Chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
And you saw her doing this.
Chief prosecutor had to escape, but against Angel's style, resistance is futile. She made to escape. Can you be more specific? She brushed my inside my hand and ran.
It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard in a pate of foie gras.
She even kicked over an oil drum at me.
An oil drum. There was an oil drum lying at the scene of the crime.
But it's strange.
What's that?
If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way?
The other... parking lot entrance.
That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries. I wish we could solve a few more... solve a few before finding more of them. I'm sorry my sister's suspicious, Mr. Wright. Well, sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. Right. We probably... imagine... Well, 4 pound just doesn't make any sense. Mr. I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
Objection!
The witness is a former detective. The testimony is unmarred by personal bias. But who would have thought to be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction in your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at floor plans. You said the witness the crime at this point. However, if that's true, you can possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it.
Order, order. What's the meaning of this?
It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch.
She's coughing up lies.
Objection!
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you would allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie the witnesses told the court. What is lied about?
This guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order.
What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Sky to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. Say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone, it would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location. Different location? Now that's pointless lie there I've heard.
Objection!
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime?
I'm guessing in there.
Take that!
And only place where she could have been.
The security guard room?
Indeed, the security room of the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there.
But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone.
Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place that you could have seen the crime and the back of the petition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch for your boyfriend in the security guard room.
Well, Miss Starr, how many years have been getting the better of men? To think the tables could be turned? Today a man has got the better of Angel Starr. Order, order. Witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make any sense. Huh? You could have just said she saw the crime from the security station. It wouldn't change anything.
Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands. The truth still stands.
Objection!
It still stands. I disagree, Edgeworth. Wait, what? A witness is found to be lying. They're guilty of perjury, so she knows this. She wouldn't risk that without good reason. So tell us what the reason was, Mr. Wright.
Mr. Last bit, who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Miss Starr witnessed a crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. There must be a vital distance. But what? What would change? The angle at which she saw the crime occur would change.
The angle? What do you mean?
The security guard is on the second floor, and she had more of a 3D view of the crime.
This is important. Why?
I think I've got the wrong one then. Yeah, let's try again. Right. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but look at the floor plans. It's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what you could see. What she saw is not in question. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye?
Well, witness, you...
Yes?
You ordered the squid wheels, right?
I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh bosenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Bosenberry for the boyfriend?
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked, I couldn't open it. That's why I had to go through the visitors parking with the B block. That's quite the detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
But at least that woman over there in the defender's chair who stabbed him.
I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Yes, it really is. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Objection!
5 minutes for witnessing the murder and arrest? Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente. I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone.
But if you had the instincts of a killer, you would run. But this time was different. This guy dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable.
Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go.
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned, and with that, court is adjourned.
Hold it! Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might not be able to save you. I might be able to save you. Sorry, I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
What was that?
No one of her trick lunchboxes?
My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr.
Ah.
Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo, a triple-decker! Out of deference for the witness determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. And my lunch.
Like the Lunchline motto says, you won't be disappointed. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One of them, of course, was the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
What? There was blood found on that shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Objection!
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with the evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had the blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth is sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensic department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth and I are looking pretty sullen. You could study at least some evidence law, really.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against your witness.
Anything to ensure the guilty are properly judged. Victim shoes and court record.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Decisive evidence.
Hold it!
Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, 5-minute blank means nothing.
Then why didn't you tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy, vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need every trick in the book.
False testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with.
Hold it!
And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with the shoe.
I was afraid someone was erased the chief prosecutor's crime. The shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable blanket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next.
Hold it!
So you brought it to the forensic department. If you're going to submit something as evidence, of course you need to prove that evidence must be analysed by a forensics expert. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, a man was stabbed after all. And blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found in the shoe.
Hold it!
You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with the blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, okay? Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether the murder was committed in cold blood. Well, blood doesn't have any DNA in it, so... That's a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types of blood, of all blood tests out there. Which means we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. So we're here. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I'd have gotten the DNA test results. But they said there's a very little doubt it could be anyone but Mr. Lana's skies.
The suspect's blood was found in the victim's shoe. The ties are directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
Hold it!
Peppered fish guts? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do or don't you have the problem with this shoe? Problem? I'm not imagining things. I say there's one critical problem with this evidence, a clear contradiction. Gleam in your eye, you're still young, rookie. I give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What's contradictory about the victim's shoe? So is the problem with the evidence.
Take that!
I meant to skip the side bit, but... Wonder if you noticed. There's blood in the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or I'll be the blood in the bottom of your shoe. Isn't it blood in the bottom of the shoe? It makes sense if it was that, but that wasn't what I meant to click. Want to choose that bit? It's just the fact that there's blood on the thing, but none at all on the sides is white, but doesn't want that. Oh well.
Take that!
A footprint? At the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then isn't that strange? Why was there any blood from footprints? I was actually meaning the fact that the shoes were white and the ones in the picture were black, but anything. Aha! As you can see, there were no traces. Still more annoyed the fact that the shoes in the picture are black and the ones there are white, but never mind. There was no trace of such footprints at the scene of the crime. This contradicts your claim about the shoes. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Edgeworth? So we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort.
Order, order, order.
Well, witness. What? What? Where's it going, Mr. Wright? It's true that the lack of footprint is a contradiction. Then we have to ask, why wasn't there a footprint?
Well, that's true. That's the reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Because the shoes are different colours.
I see. Now I get it.
Guess what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth of her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to apprehending the suspect. The prosecutor tried in vain, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one.
I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. So apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the real reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
You don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for the reason, and one reason alone.
To raise the bloodstains that will become evidence against her.
That ties things up quite nicely. Bloodstains left the victim's shoes tie quite clearly to this murder. Why, that's the prosecutor's speciality of raising evidence. That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Why didn't she say she'd cut herself as she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got in the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please. What can I do? Your sister's confessed the crime and she tried to conceal it. What?
Enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well.
Angel Star's on the prosecution's side. Could have been lying about the water. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Yeah, well, you are. You're saying my sister had evidence by raising the bloody footprints.
Well,
I thought you had your fill, but here you are demanding the second helping. Another lunchbox.
a lunchbox called evidence. Wait, just don't tell me of something else. Time for deliberations is past. Any further comments, you'll be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough up, Queen. Look at this.
Photograph? The gold suggests the whole white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Asphalt? It's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the corpse line. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
I'm sorry, Mia.
Right, wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt, take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. It's the last piece of evidence.
Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? You can't handle my verdict anymore in peace? Whatever it is, can't it wait? No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. The trial isn't over. Till we give each bit of evidence proper consideration. So, right? Are you saying there's a problem with this last piece of evidence? Yeah. There's a problem. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. You'll record the problem in this photo.
Something blocking the exhaust pipe. Also, you wouldn't get blood splatter like that. Another one. Well, the only two things I'm seeing is that you wouldn't get blood splatter from that kind of a wound. And the exhaust pipe. So, let's go for the exhaust pipe.
Take that!
The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Just wait a moment, Mr. Wedgworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. Have I seen no trace of muffler or scarf at any time in this photograph? A muffler is all a part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor.
Just think of it as a part of the exhaust system, a pipe. Oh, I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What?
Let's hear Mr. Wright has in his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the incident.
He's probably dead before he even got in. How do you feel about that? No, wrong thing. I don't feel well at all. I have this pounding headache. No, I meant. What do you think about the... I'm afraid the reason that the headache... I think it's you, Mr. Wright. That cloth was found in the car's muffler, right? Muffler. Where have we had that word recently? Oh, it's because the last words. Yeah, that makes far more sense. Miss Starr, recall your testimony to the court. Ah yes, when I arrested her she mentioned the muffler. That's what she had me confused earlier in testimony. Muffler.
Ah, yeah. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means a piece of cloth is vital evidence.
Oh. Ah.
Well, that seems we have suspended the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. Don't leave any questions unanswered here. We do a disservice to the law. Have that car, the crime scene inspector, to want to bring me that cloth. I prefer we'll have to wait till after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so.
That was close.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake trying to reach the surface? No matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So this is where we turn the trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny insignificant, to tell the truth. Holla! Oh god, it's him again. They say show a red cloth to a bullet fire up his temple. But that's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come take a look at how the trial's going. Look like I'm late. They've got a home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. Hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen the last 2 days have been really on edge. What because you're cutting your beard with a knife while talking to them? Don't you got enough on your plate while worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? No muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Nah, don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow with her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the award ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth seen her too, I reckon. The photograph taken at the crime scene. She wasn't wearing a scarf. So Mrs. Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. Sometimes you gotta down several clocks of whiskey. You gotta let that bull when it's... Sometimes you gotta let that bull go where, well, time will tell. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. I see. Alright.
I'd like to resume. There's something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, grinding teeth, watery eyes. What's more? No, I didn't see what that last bit said. It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it's time to continue with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems the prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock. Who's there?
Who the fuck are you?
Strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. He's truly the devil.
Who on earth is he? I have no fucking clue.
Ah, it's you. Oh, ha ha ha. Sorry I'm late, is it? Roads were packed, it's just me. Long time no see, okay? How you been? Swim much these days? Oh, hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, smizzy. Okay, my boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. OJ, what's his nickname for the judge? I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. I'm sorry, but who are you? Aha, so you're Wright, the attorney. I've heard some good things about you. Thanks. Sorry about Worthy giving you all the trouble. You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little Worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police? Oh, dear. Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer of the entire district. With his hypnotic eyes and his pink glasses. Name's Gaunt. Damon Gaunt. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's... my sister's muffler!
But think that was stuffed into the exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. Oh, what's this? What do you call a switchblade knife? Quite perplexing, this. Objection! Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I have no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up that mess that you've made.
This is the first time I've heard... It's the first time I've heard Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. God accept this is new evidence. But I'd like to ask a defensive favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like you to take a look at this blade of this knife. I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well... if I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Doing the awful thing again.
Ah, don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And the dark red stain, blood.
Switchblade knife added to court.
That doesn't excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and police? And this knife? Sure. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman. It's a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Detective was killed. The police department. See what a mess. What a mess. Time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? Not officially linked to here. This here case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department. A detective. It's hush-hush information, OJ. We can't have it announced yet.
Objection!
Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. Order. Anyway, we were at the department all flusters, you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright.
Chances that are pretty slim. Scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case in hand.
Hold it!
Excuse me, special? Hard to come by as peculiar as particular life anywhere else. Might that special thing be its little tag? Sorry, Writer, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped up in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman.
Hold it!
This knife was found at the scene of our crime. I think that makes a connection to the case, don't you? See, that's a lot of things that go on in the department that I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Writer. Maybe something about the knife would give us a clue. Let's examine the knife while we can, Writer.
I don't remember where, but I think I've seen it someplace before. It's upside down, that's why. Yes, yeah, it's that. It's upside down.
Objection!
Wait a second. At last, honest to goodness objection.
This knife. This has to be something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? Good, honest, what do you mean from OJ? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was in the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7S 12 twin.
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside. The printed name in the memo makes it look right side up. But when you turn it around, what do you get? Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9, that's the same thing as written on the knife's tag. Order. Well, Chief. Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? Well. This knife is evidence in the case, stolen from the department's evidence room.
Hold it!
So this knife was stolen?
Yes, but on the day of the murder.
It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon?
Ah, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It's evidence from a case long since solved.
Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Something at the police department too.
You've got a good look in your eyes, righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry.
Something did happen, and why wasn't I informed?
Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, well, with Lana's case and all.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day?
Detective was killed at the police department. What a mess.
The same day as the detective was killed in the prosecutor parking lot,
another detective was killed at the police department? Ah, that's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, O.J.?
I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect, just arrested him, in fact. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Writer.
Suppose I could help? Help me by giving me data on your case.
Good one, this kid, sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
Compared to the other two.
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence from the police department.
The evidence from? Did he just mention his testimony just now? Maybe we just got handed a ticket to go to town in this case. Can I not put the knife in now? No. This isn't the thing I need to probably do something else. Okay. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
Ah, you don't say. Well, out with it, Writer. What's your connection?
The knife found when the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number of the knife's evidence tag. Also, we know the detective murdered the police department. Was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed.
There isn't a lot too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
You two make a good pair. Took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
Who would have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim of the department, okay?
But tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to eventually... You have to do everything properly.
Division? He's a detective. Gender, I assume is male. So ID number. How tell us the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? I'd like you to be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me the name after all.
Okay, I can't leave an ID number, so don't go getting your hopes up. Number is 5842189. That's quite long. I have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 52, I can't do it. Didn't get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say.
Yeah, it was that one.
Take that!
Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, I got confused. This is news. Huh. Just come out with it, both guns blazing. Like you always do. Two places to detect the murders at one time. Actually, I happen to have the police ID number here. Oh, it's yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Wright. Our personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with a 2. I've forgotten. The number the chief gave us earlier was 5824189.
Objection!
Wait a second, Wright. What is this? I mean, that's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, ho, ho. Sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack. But Detective Goodman is our victim. Get your own. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed in the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time.
Objection!
That's impossible. So what we're saying here is the same person was killed at the same time, and a completely different location? Order. Chief, what does this really mean?
Objection!
No. What I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department made a great error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought the news. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, we have heard that name before. Wait.
Also, his hand's bandaged, which I'm more worried about now.
Got your report, sir. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe, but your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with the Line of Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right in the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, a serious error and gross neglect of duty on your part, Worthy.
Objection!
But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to court as evidence. Then I could blink at you for 10 minutes again before I do anything. Yep. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now what was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright?
Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is that rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until our connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wrighty over there. Good job, Wrighty, my boy. Yeah, I was just doing my job. No. No. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, with all the rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. It's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of the court. I will grant one further day as prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Whatever your punishment for this, I hope for your sake it's not decisive. Very well, call's adjourned. To be continued.
Day 2 investigation. So we've had day 2 courts, and now we have a day 2 investigation.
Mr. White, so, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused.
Well, let's see. The victim, Dr. Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 PM on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and in the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're trying to find out. Alright, let's do it. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. February 23rd, Prosecutor's Office, underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? There's only a victim who was killed in an evidence room, no biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it.
That oil drum, was it empty?
Oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister, erasing evidence at a crime scene? Never! Even though she says she doesn't get along, I really feel like a sister. That's not it at all. We're both professionals in what we do, and I trust her. Make words for high school students. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Hey. Ignore the strength of the science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that's luminol testing fluid! Luminol? That is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. Wouldn't the police have already done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright.
Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. Let alone play with luminol. Hey, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Just for blood reaction, to spray the luminol on it. Just like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Okay. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So this is a blood stain. So, you're shaking. It's just first time seeing real blood. Okay, well we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd, specifically speaking, of course? What's odd about this? I prefer Detective Goodman fought here, right? Do you think there'd be a little more blood? Definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of Victory's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plan so we find the blood stain, okay? So yeah, pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy it! Oh god. I can't be sure the police will reveal all that evidence in court. Sometimes it's fair to imagine evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. Feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray and anything suspicious. Huh. Oh, fuck, it's her again. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your own eyes, Not bad, you two. This day, old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead that doesn't... That kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but no, it's okay. It's my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that I wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. Was I wrong to think that? I'm sorry. Or are you lying on the witness stand? That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place witnessed events I was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky's stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Ah. I swear on my honor as a detective, she stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph is something important to tell us, but what? So you were a detective? You were a detective, Miss Star? Yes. A long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. It's a long time ago for kids. No matter how hardened the criminal when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up. They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can even be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. Before long, they called me the cough-up queen. Here I thought someone had got food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go? Fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of the SL9 incident. SL9? No, we can't ask you about that. Well, we can sure. What do you think of this? The SL9 incident? It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman was the head detective in that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transfer the very day that Goodman was killed. And as I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. You think that you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Do we have anything more? Assume that because we've presented one, we've presented both. Let's try again to see. Yeah, it's just when you do one, you get both. SL9 isn't over, not yet. had one of those up to 2 years ago. Back when you were the cough-up queen, right? Found the ID in the parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking, it's definitely a good one. But the same ID as the man who killed the police department? That's impossible. Take a look at this.
You.
Yes?
You said you wanted some hot tea, right?
No, but thanks. Didn't even look at it. Oh, it's the hot tea response. Oh god, okay, right. Doesn't care. Really wish this had a quick don't care response while I'm telling me about tea all the time. There's nothing else I can really work with her there. Kind of hard to guess their own case number. That's just rope, isn't it? Yeah, it's the rope from the body again. That's as red as a sports car can get. It's pretty red. Why did you choose that car? What model car is it? I think it was called a sedan or a coupe or something like that. Those are car types, right? Not models. You're a guy, Mr. Wright. I just want to know these things. It's about time I got my driver's license. No, never give in to that. B-block is through there, the business car park. So Mr. Star climbed this fence? It seems so, yeah. No time like the present. I think I'll give it a try. Eek! It's okay, don't cry. Oh, I've done this one already. Right. Look, a door! That must mean something. I'm not sure the doors mean anything. Oh, it won't open. Let's go to... back up there. No, this place is classy as it wasn't there yesterday. I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Oh, instantly. Edward's not here. Sure, he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. Guess we'll have to come back later. Don't think there's anything. Why is it showing him? I still don't get this. No, there's nothing here. Let's go to... Let's see if she'll speak to us. Set Miss Sky's in for questioning. How was you killed in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Right, let's go to Criminal Affairs Department, which we can go to now. Oh, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police station. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Oh, it makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene. You sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead! I doubt anyone wants more mysterious or dead bodies around here right now. It just... no, apparently there's nothing here, it's just moved to the police department. Okay. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. Detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. Oh, good God. Suppose it makes sense. The detectives get killed here after all. The evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got to the front desk. It's here. Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. I imagine it's guard station? Dear Christ. I feel like I'm walking into a stereotype and I don't like it. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. Beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. It just seems that way. Oh, what's wrong? It's those cacti, they're so prickly, so imposing, so hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is it the guard station? Is the guard station? Where's the guard? I have a feeling we know who it is already. Yes, yes, we do. Also, this video feed from the evidence room here. It says recording. Maybe we could use the computer to check who went in and out of there. We could. It'd be really useful. Looks like security costume on the uniform. A punchy, a ponchy, a pinchy, a poochie. It's a poncho. I'll keep that information for myself. Oh god. Let's not encourage them to do this bullshit. Right. Why is there a this there? Look, on the floor, lasso. Set up a trap or something. A trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed. She have active imagination. Hello, cat. The evidence room is beyond that door. Come on. Over you go. Over you go. Fuck's sake, Zeb. I swear, you're going to take out a microphone again one of these days. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay, well, let's... Guess we'll... Swinging door makes a little place look like some kind of saloon, but it's nailed shut. Okay, well, I guess we're not going in there then. You idiot, what were you thinking? Where's your head? Sir, it's right here, sir. I guess he wasn't slitting his shirt instead of where his head was. They make a good pair. The blue badger is still whirring around today. Let's give the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Can I take out his batteries? Just can't help but feeling he's going to do something naughty. Right, well, we found nothing. Where should we begin? You see, we should go to the police department, to the evidence room. Well, we've been there and we can't get in. We're just stuck in this sort of stereotype cupboard. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. He was mocked by the chief of police. I guess this is the only place we can go. I guess we go here and we've got to give or do something with her. How do we use the luminol again? Write our name on the bottom of her luminol bottle. there. I got the feeling it must have to do something with this. I just don't care about this. Nope. Is there a way of just using the luminol? No. Well, I'm not seeing what to do to get out of this one. There's nothing more to talk to her about. But there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Suppose we could try the guard station again, maybe we'll use the luminol, I guess, but I don't know how to use the luminol. Oh, sorry. I'll get a stream that. Okay, well that's what we do with the luminol. So I guess we'll go back to the underground parking lot and do that again then. Well, nothing there at all. I guess we'll luminol up here as well. For the sake of just... Well, at least we can rule out his office being covered in luminol. Well, blood. They're covered in luminol. Alright, well, there's nothing down here. Unless it wants me to use it on the barrels, maybe. No. No, it really doesn't want me to use it anywhere else than down here. Let's go... I guess there. Now we've already attacked the I know, the killer is dry ice. Been latching the door, the room could be sealed shut. It's good, I'll ring a white reward for sure. He's not writing a report, he's writing a novel. Yeah, that's normal. So the chief of detective is glued to the computer screen. No, I told the old lady at the restaurant everything. The design outside's changed from the one inside. The dancing blue badger is still in development, you see. You have it trademarked? Absolutely. Fitting its stuff very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears. Okay, well... Okay, this is just computers that don't do anything. Okay. I really don't know where the fuck it wants me to go now. Unless I'm meant to luminol this whole shiz, but I really don't think I'm gonna be. You're not covered in blood, are you? No. You two idiots not covered in blood, are you? No, no blood there, no blood there. No. Let's just go back to the guard station. And we tried looking for blood everywhere here and there wasn't any. I'm at a loss what to do. I may have to ask Mary to help me.
Give me 2 minutes for this round to be over.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think I have like 3 more.
I have a feeling I have to go back here, but I just have nothing to do. Whoever the blood just talks about. No. Offer it to her. Just talk about. Gratitude? Strange. Why the chief prosecutor have a murder weapon ready? No, that wasn't the thing. She doesn't care about that. Don't think she cared about that. I'll try that one, but I don't think she cares about it. Why is there a handprint on his face? I'm really at a loss as what the fuck is want me to do. She's the only person I can find anywhere. Because there's no one anywhere else. So go here. Well, no, she's here, but she's only got that to say. Go to the detention center. It's still, yeah, still not gonna have anything. If I go to the criminal affairs department, there's nothing here. I think it's day 2 investigation. Chapter 5, day 2 investigation. It's one after all the court scenes, and it starts with you getting the lumino. Maybe I'm just missing something in this outwardly horrific room.
I'm reading.
Uh-huh.
You found the blood trace on the luminol?
One at the car, yeah.
No, it says on the luminol here. Here it says on the luminol. Highlight the luminol testing fluid and spray it.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't mention a car anywhere, so I'm just confused.
Well, I've got I did the spray at the start, and then I get one thing, and then that's really been it. Oh, sorry. The question mark was not where it should be.
You talk to Angel?
Talk to her are the two things I can talk to her about. Unless it's...
She lied?
I think she has. Does it say anything you have to give her to do that?
Just talk.
Should today's trial and Detective Stars are two options. That music is slowly gonna drive me mental, it really is. Yeah. Yes, she said she had one of them, but doesn't anymore. No, she took it. Why would I ever send it to her? I rushed towards the chain link fence in the effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. Whole of my testimony, as it were. 5 minutes more problem, Miss Star. You were lying with the whole problem. Listen, little girl, have my testimony disregarded before. I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. Right, that's all 9 incidents. Here we go. The incident really opened my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable to who? 2 years ago was the biggest case I've ever handled. Oh god, he's there. Police and the prosecutors were desperate for a decisive... Why is it wearing a hat day? So they didn't solve it. On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Yes, the criminal got what's calling to him. Doesn't get any cleaner than that. Only problem was they never did it. They never did find decisive evidence, not a shred. What? The criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort, made up evidence. You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Could it be? Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over. He was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to the case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now, and no one up there fancy officers can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell, they're the only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. I'll shag most of the building if I have to. There has to be a connection. So, rookie. Seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch. I know a certain guy who might help you to tempt him with this treat. Mr. Officer Marshall, are you going out? Why do you want to know? I just wonder what's happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. Got along so well, then he discovered Wild West and country music. It ruined his life. He was nice to me too back then. But now he's so cold. He speaks in riddles. Jake and I are merely cooperating in this investigation. Putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. see. Thank you. Right, well, I assume then that we can now go there. Wasn't there?
One steak lunch. One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Not the time for chit chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from lunchman. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. Now's no time for despair. Caught our criminal. I just need the evidence. Criminal? You mean you heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? It's the biggest scandal to the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it?
Sorry, Detective Gumshoe, who was it?
Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here isn't going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. You want to or head down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later.
He ran off to the evidence room. This investigation is off to a running start. Now let's go to the evidence room. We can't even go in there yet, so I think we've got to go to detention then. For fuck's sake, we can't even go from here. There. Can we go to detention from here? Yes. Good. February 23rd, detention center visitor's room. Still, I do feel better about things a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Let's not to go too far down that road right now. Oh, that was painful. What was that?
So that's what I'm saying, me a perpetrator? I say I was perpetrated against. That's what I say.
Oh, him again. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Officer Meekins. No, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman. I'm a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir. How should I say this? You... Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? What? No, this is a tale of unexpected tale of events. Stop using that fucking thing! Sir, I'm a patrolman with the general affairs, sir. Oh, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard stations in front of the room is empty, sir. So normally there's a guard in front of the evidence room. That's right, sir. Because the evidence room is kept because the evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer is none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. Suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. He's just managed to handcuff himself to his own neck. Wonderful. What the heck was... So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red, I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in detention center. How long were you out? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. There's no similarity in our case and the one in the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but are you the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please stop using that fucking thing, gamer, or I'll close you. Please don't look at me with those puppy dog eyes, sir. I'm warning you, game, you do that once more and I stop. They labeled me victim. I would happen to be detention alive now that, yes, it's true, I suppose you could say that. Today I'm the victim, Detective Goodman. Do I expect to label him a stranger or a total stranger? No, I'm gonna mute you if you do that again. You know what? I'm just going to mute you for a while. Then I said, he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So, you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light and other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he's a total stranger, why did you stab him? So I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollections of killing him, sir. Hey, Klepto. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand. I'm not taking it off mute until this pricks off my screen, because I'm going to use that fucking thing that's going to cause me to get a headache. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, I'm glad I haven't muted that thing. But there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed the knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were... Well, then I opened my eyes. I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I had gushing blood from my hand, sir. On the shock and the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? Probably as bad as I do when you use that fucking megaphone. That's some story. Here's any reaction to that. Take a look at this. I'm sorry, sir. I really don't know what that is. Maybe it's just Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Man, to patch the buck to Edgeworth. Right. Okay, well... meant to offer him that picture, see if he does anything with it. Hey, why do you have that? That's from the day it was taken in the prosecutor's office. The day that Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. So this means I'm a free man, innocent. If this is a dream, sir, then I hope I never wake up. Well, as I said before, I'm not unmuting you till I'm done with this stupid fucking character. If this is a dream, you better wake up now. Any reaction to the shoe? No, he's just gonna pass the buck to thingy. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well. I'm gonna spray him in the face with luminol, I feel slightly better. Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir. Okay, I just want you to look at it. That's it, sir. Last night, that's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. Second thoughts, you don't have to look at the knife. No, I'm just gonna ignore it. Does that mean anything to you? No. Do you think you can take a look at this? Hey, that's it, sir. That's it. That's what? My head was a blank to this very moment, but sir, now I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct. That card was the cause of it all, sir. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. And so then, apologies, I've lost all accents for the past couple of minutes, but him doing the megaphone thing put me off bothering, so I don't care about him. I'm just gonna get through this and get back to afterward. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. Alright. Okay, well, actually, I haven't presented the stupid thing to him. Does he care about that? No, he doesn't care about that. Right. Well, unless you have anything else to say. Oh, you do something else to say. Can you tell me what you do remember now? I might remember a lost patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought you looked suspicious. So I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. And what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing, suddenly pointed out. What? So I assure you I was flustered as you are, right? So I whooped and leapt at him. Do unto others before they do unto you. My father's watch, sir. What happened then Well, my eyes saw everything went white. I woke and I was here. So, Officer Meekins, why was it they arrested you? What do you mean, Ella? Let's look at what we know. No, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and that makes the victim who he met seeing the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. If that body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. I didn't observe that, so that's what I wanted to say. That is what I said to him online, but he still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir, on that day at that time. Goodman was definitely in the evidence room, that's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly, no, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crossword stamp out, it's there, all there. Tape. It takes a lot for a game to piss me off enough to mute it completely. And you waited until now to tell us this. Really sorry, really sorry. Hand from badge, I don't deserve it. No thanks, I have my own. Well, I think that's everything we need from you, so good fucking bye. And I hope you rot in hell. Look who's standing at the Chief Detective's desk. It's Police Chief Grant. Hello.
Oh, sure this is all. You know what this means? Is anything missing?
Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, under the seat cushion, behind the computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine.
I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, dear.
Yes, sir. I'll score the police clear again, sir.
All right, my boy. How have you been? Swim much?
Oh, Chief Grant reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Is Edgeworth going to be okay?
Oh, worthy? Oh, you know, we're doing a little more inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition.
Yep, well, we had no end of trouble with the boy since last year.
You mean the incident at Good Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right? Righto?
One karma.
A legend he was, undefeated for a 40-year career, but in court he fixed it. So he was caught for forging evidence.
But he didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence.
In any case, the prosecutor's office is a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Well, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what the inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy.
What?
It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, they're being the prosecutor's innocent.
Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying.
Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says.
What evidence is this?
Now, Righto, I can't just give away all our secrets like that. This in particular, we're a little sensitive. We can't talk about it. One thing. Heck, most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets can't stand them, but you know. Full-time job must be keeping the kitchen.
Full-time job just giving the chief detective's trap shot. And he was the one to tell you, he was the one you were picking on earlier?
Ah, you saw that. Whoops.
Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him.
I was wondering if we take a look at this. Sorry, right, I'm through with that stuff, what I say. Go find the guy that can't seem to sit still out there, the busy one.
He doesn't care about anything. What does the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there, let's give his desk. I want to get a check for anything that might be a clue. Take away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. See anything belongs to goodness still here? Of course not. Well, except for me. What, you kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report. It's only half complete.
A lost item?
Did Detective Goodman lose something? Today's list is February 21st. Better make note of that. Goodman's lost item report added to court record. Okay. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Alright, well, let's go there then. I can't go in there yet because the door's still not fucking open. Motherfucker. Nope, there's nothing to examine here. Well, I guess we've got to go back to the underground parking lot and see if anyone else is there. Nope, no one here. No one there. I'm gonna mute you before I go to the detention center again in case that fucking idiot's still there. Yes, he is. If he anything else to talk to him. I wish he would tell me if there was anything I could still talk to him about. Well, I don't think there's anything else. No, I've talked to both of them. I was just wondering if I could ask you a favour. I never thought the day would come for Wright would ask me for help. Wondering if I could investigate the evidence room. Looking at me for a minute first before he wants to respond. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Huh? How if anyone else to borrow? Because I'm going to borrow $50, I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate the room to your heart's content, knock yourself out. And for you here, you can borrow this. Special card for guests, don't lose it. It's an honor. You just run along to your best now. Later, folks. It looks pretty cool, my lapel, doesn't it? Think a real ID. You seem happy? Yes, sir. Because, sir, I get into the evidence room now. Right, well, let's get to the fucking evidence room then. Well, I've got the thing. Oh, this fucking dick again. Howdy, partners. What's blah 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 blah. The more I see you, the more you annoy me. Why does it have to be look? What's that? Why does it have to be head and look for? You fucking know why. And we're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw. That card you got there on your chest, that better be the sheriff's badge in your card. Yeehaw. Well, let's stand here. Crime scene's awaiting. Camera's on again. While we're here, if you want to ask a few questions. Fine, let's give him the fucking food. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Alright, Ben, being you and ask anything. Fine, I just want to speed through this stuff. In charge of security with the evidence. You've got the good eyes, beautiful for it. Leaking the senses that told us that poor old dog. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong, you call him Meatley. He told us something, he said that the stopping card you weren't at your station. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job. You fucking surprised me. What were you doing at 5:15? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. Newfangled machines are bang up job keeping the evidence in place. In the security camera system, I don't take the machines much. Kind of like stewed broccoli, and they sneak in your next steak, you know. Star told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. Always my dream to rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now. Drinking on a prairie fire. Still investigating SL9 incident with Miss Star, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved in the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. Can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off knowing. Anyway, the case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago, the day of our case. That's right. The evidence transfers. Maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina made a machine as well. I like them, but as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. Easiest ones to understand, the ones security cameras. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. That's making the detective could have been on the one of those tapes. I reckon they might be. Get a security guard and you reckon. One more thing, when you go to the evidence room you need an ID card. Card reader leaves a record of every ID that passes through. Can't show you more than that. I haven't heard about this list of the case yet. Yeah, that number's recognisable. So we can explain the whole transfer thing about only evidence from solved cases in the room. They're kept in assigned detective subversion for 2 years, so we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was mistakes. See? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever and will become involved with the country service department. That's what we call a transfer. We do it every February. I see now. Transfer was like funeral for all cases. 2 years after the case is solved, it's closed forever, dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated again. Alright, well. Right. It's quiet. The investigation must be over there. So this is the evidence room. It's really like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. So it feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Oh, hey, friend. Eek. Wah. Why is there a car door in here? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts in the head, pal.
I wouldn't go around smacking ghosts in the head, pal. Unless it's true what I heard.
Yeah, it's true.
So Chief of Police can't loan anyone $50, even me? Oh, so that's what you're talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today. Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. First of all, you'll want to have these.
So, Detective Come True, you're boss for a day.
That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare tomorrow's trial. In other words, you get kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. And my own evidence locker, pal.
You have a locker in here too, Detective Come True?
Of course. I have the detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open.
I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in the court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, that case. SL9 incident, of course. Yeah, that's the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed, so only one detective can open it. Using that ID card? Well, that's the thing, ID cards can be lost. So, I'm on my third card since entering the force already.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
Oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Exactly that. The locker, each locker is coded with a fingerprint. Only locker we can open is our own.
Funny, they look like normal lockers.
These are the latest models. There's a trick to the handles.
Handles?
Or one hand on the other side of the handle of the set, so if the wrong person touches it, a zap, you get a shock. That's what happened to my hand with black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. But even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
What's this, blood? It's a little warm, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
Mr. Wright, what if there are bloodstains left in that room? We should use the luminol.
Yes, okay, let's use the luminol. Button.
I knew it. This is someone's right handprint. What?
What's the matter, David?
This look. It's mine.
It's yours?
Please. You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise me you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police.
What? But you're the detective.
There must have been one massive pull of blood.
Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective?
Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Whitman was actually an alien.
This proves something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plan.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked.
Oh, someone must have taken someone to beg to make all these pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? Let me go, pal, making me out some kind of hooligan. It's apparently from the case. The case? The SL9 Institute, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? I wonder what these shaped these pieces were before it broke. What, did I put it back together? Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before it had to be broke.
That's why I always carry on a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. It's a rabbit. can't really see where that bit is. Oh, for fuck's sake, no, wait. I just wanted to turn the damn thing round. Let's try again. I didn't even save where far as I got. Wonderful. The problem I have is it doesn't rotate the block, it rotates the it's really awkward angles that it's going to. What's this one? Wasn't really not helpful. That really doesn't help me. I know there's not many patterns, so I'm just going to brute force it, but it's really sodding awkward. Well, some pieces stolen. I bet they were missing to begin with. Doesn't look the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand why it got broken. Yes, I can see why it got broken as well. Unstable jar. What's the Song Pig doing here? It's the of time. True art has always been a war against oppression. True art? Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger.
Well, you might see that in my signal.
Looks this one's open. The red indicator light on the door is lit.
That locker is coded with Detective Goodman's.
Sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it's hard to get it open again if you close it.
Someone left a glove here, but only one.
With the gumshoe, maybe? There you go, making me some absent-minded detective.
Bulky could be. That's that metal detector from before. That's the metal detector. I don't think I've seen that one, no. That's a bug spooker.
You can't judge a person by you cannot judge a person on machine by their cover. You got to look at the top.
He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. Yes, well. There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. There's evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective comes here.
There you go, making me out some kind of slum. Not responsible for evidence. All the evidence here is that evidence locker was opened recently. As you know, if you leave things hanging out, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. When you guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I been breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? If you want to talk about someone behind the back, don't do it right in front of the car.
I think we've looked at everything in here. Nothing's given us any more options, so I think that's everything. You got anything more to say? No. Present him with anything?
It's my crowning achievement, my masterpiece, you might say. But art is always misunderstood. He was dancing proudly on the day of the award ceremony, but there was a lot of people coming and going up to the ceremony, so they took the blue badger away from him.
Really? Why?
Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful. I toiled night and day. Allow me to say one thing speaking as a detective. I see a piece of evidence and nothing about it, I say nothing. Nothing. That's fine. You bet it's fine, pal.
Do you know anything about this stupid statue?
Hey, that's it. That's the king of the Prosecutor's Award that Mr. Edgewood got the other day.
You have the rewards?
Of course, pal. I got the award for diligence myself.
I've asked you this before. Right, let's just go with newer stuff. Let's just say nothing about that. There's nothing about that either. Nah, I just have anything else. I guess we gotta present some stuff to this idiot. Okay. Right, let's ask him about this thing. Nope, let's ask him about it, let's look at it. He's just gonna do his usual shit, never mind. Here. Try again. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. You want to say anything about that? No, you don't want to say anything about that one. Nope. He doesn't care. He's just cutting his beard with a knife. No, he really doesn't give a fuck, he's just talking about himself, so let's show us the ID record again. Yep, he's there. The evidence from last month for his ID card. Master and Gurun very good what to do. That's the thing, he pointed his knife at me. How would he have pointed his knife at other Nikons? Alright, you win. Guess I can give you the ID card record. Do you have anything else to say? No, you don't. Alright, well. I'm going to assume you have nothing worthwhile to say, and we're going to go elsewhere. You have anything to say? No. Let's go to the detention center. Mute him again. He has nothing to say. Present the... Take a look at this. It doesn't have anything to do with it. I thought he might know, considering it's a list of people who've been in. I don't want to say anything. Okay. Don't want to take a look at that either. No. Okay. Map doesn't make sense to take that either. Anything to do with that? No. Alright, well. No, we definitely have there's nothing new to add. So let's get out of here and let's go to there. Well, let's quickly talk to our detective friend. I think he's got nothing to say that. We've done that already. Yeah, we've got that one already. It's fine. So nothing new here. Nothing new either of those. So we'll go here, and then we'll go to the underground parking lot, and we'll check that there's nothing else we can give to her. No, I'm just gonna talk about tea again. I don't care about tea. Glove in here? No, don't care about glove. Okay, we'll only be submitted to the chief of police. Okay. Find that motherfucker wherever he's gone. Let's go up here and see if he's there for any reason. No, no one here. No one here, no one there. No one down here either. Of any importance. Been there, there's no one there. Been there, there's no one there. Been there. Go back here. Nope. Nope. I don't know where I'm going again. I feel this is getting more and more frustrating when I've got like a whole box of stuff and no idea what to do with any of it. Let's just look at that. Guess I need to just look at the tag. Oh, realised I've not unmuted for a while. Do you know how many other words it sounds like? Are we playing a word game now? Okay, well that's not really had much in it apart from that one thing. 489956. I would have thought that was the annoying little guy in the thingy precinct, but he's not responded to it at all, so I'm trying to find these other ones. Is going to be okay. If I offer him that, can he tell me anything more of it? Can you tell me if it comes with the cheese on it? No, he doesn't care. I think I've tried a lot of these things, he just didn't care, so... Yeah, that's just... I should be going here, and he's still there. We present him with this.
That second number.
It's not you.
Second number on the list belongs to Edgeworth.
No, he's just gonna do that. I thought he might, if I ask him a second time, he might actually tell us which one him was. Don't think much else is worth offering to him. If we ask this idiot now. No, can you give me a hand with what I'm meant to do now? Yeah, that's fine. Right. We've been that way. She doesn't care. Yeah, later on. Yeah. I've just been to the evidence room. But I must have missed something because it's not moved on to the next bit. Yeah, it's gonna be it because this music is driving me slowly mad. Sorry? Yeah. Hello, Cat. So I've been to the detention centre and spoke to the prick with the megaphone. No, I didn't. I will go and do that now. Maybe that's the one. Oh, well, I will go check anyway. Because if it's anything right now to...
Yeah, it's just I assume you examined the Wild West.
Yes. I did that. Yeah, the trip to the megaphone, I have spoken to him. Am I meant to give him anything? I've given him... Yes. Planted the head on these spines. They're painful than murdered. the thing off the chief of police, and then I have that. I don't know where the fuck to hand it in. Yeah. Yes, I have that. Here's a flopping bit now. Yep. Yep. The guard what's it? Yeah, the guard station to get what's his face to open the door, yes. Boys. Yes, I've talked to Marshall. Yep. 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 Got the floor plan, rebuilt the pot. Evidence locker, yes, let me check it all. Evidence locker, I think I give Dave the knife, but I will give it to him again. Right, I presented the switchblade to him. Detective Goodman's noted that switchblade knife, but Edward was one of the most surprised of anyone with the SL9 connection. And then just talked about the SL9, yeah. Yes, and found Zedroth. I've done that. I've got the glove, yes. I rebuilt the pot, that's another thing. So, yes, I built the pot. Yep, I got 2 points in the scene. Is there more than 2? Yeah, 1 handprint and 1 big pull. Yep, got them. Still working with the one thing I haven't done is because it's driving me mad. Yep. Okay. Well, I've got the handprint and then that. Was there another one? Oh, okay, I've not done that yet. Maybe that must be what I'm missing. That's some pretty basic stuff you got there now. What's this? It's called Luminol! Where'd you get your hands on that? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow 50 bucks from the chief. Buy it by mail order. Okay. Anywhere else? Still not moved on, so. Oh no, wait, there's something else to say to me now. Gumshoe, something else to say to me now. Serial killing. But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgelight right in the spotlight. It started the rumor. Rumors? It was
supposed to be all cleaned up after the transfer over there. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 instance, you see.
So. Switchblade now.
The victim took the knife out of Everton's locker himself. Hey pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to go give them a report for the day.
Why have we got a restaurant thing?
That might help, you know.
Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
Oh, that says nothing but no problems. Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. I'm off, pal. Later.
Right, so he's just left. So I imagine I moved to go speak to Edgeworth now.
Scooter office. The Scooter's office.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, prosecutor's office. It's you again.
I know, I'm tired.
My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave so long. Ow. Evan, you can't just jump into my fist. It's not good for either of us. Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave so long. Is Edgeworth here? Yeah, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand.
Right.
He has the hotel bring him his tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry?
I am. By the way, Detective,
Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me this latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening there. I think he was trying to console me somehow. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think the whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So how does the inquiry committee go?
Actually, they decided to not treat this as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communication error during the investigation. Hello?
Concealing evidence?
Yes, apparently there was some who believe that I concealed evidence.
Hello, Cap.
They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time, again.
What are you doing?
Again? I've heard the man say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago.
Are you okay for the trial tomorrow?
Well, I'm still presiding prosecuting attorney, however. Something's happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department.
Police department?
Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed to the Chief of Police, Kant.
What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Told you here. You're still telling me it's bedtime. I'll get to the end of this one.
I see. Why, I ask you? Why? All along I've wanted to must believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still.
I need to give him things then. Let's give him... Let's start with that.
All I was saying, as I was saying, what's this? A record of ID card usage?
Edgeworth, you went to the evidence room that day, didn't you? It's before the incident occurred, no less.
Yes, that's true.
Why? Why, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less.
Chief of Police?
He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But that was solved, right?
It was solved, right? Could have been evidence already filed.
Chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, they brought this back here.
Can I ask what kind of case it was?
I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. You have to take this off for now. Can't use babbling up. Now I'm curious about this other case. Unrelated evidence. Screwdriver added to the case. stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case.
Alright. Let's ask him above.
Right, please. I'm a prosecutor in this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss a case of you with a cup of tea. I pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth, extremely polite no in a very polite... Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth has told you no in a very polite manner.
I kinda hoped he'd tell me what the fuck that pot was, but apparently not. Oh. Is there anything new then? No, I don't want to talk about that either. No, he still doesn't want to talk about that bloody statue. I want to talk about his thingy pass. Nope, don't talk about anything. What's I meant to talk to him about then? Because I think I talked to him about all the ones he's wanting to talk to about. No, I don't want to talk about that either. Don't think there's anything I've really got left to talk to him about then. Ask him about Luminol, but he doesn't want to tell me about Luminol. No, doesn't want the ID card. Want his knife back? No, doesn't want your knife back. Do you want the other knife? No, I don't want to do that. I want to just offer him at least. I'm going to say, hello. Thank you.
I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident.
Oh, it's him talking shit. Some dark suspicion that you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life.
I figured that I'd be telling you about this sooner or later.
Okay, Edgeworth. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Must be talking about that, okay. Something I have. Is it a knife? No, it's not a knife. Something he wants me to give him for that one. I assume it's not a stupid statue because it would have triggered already by now. Glove? No. Not glove. Need to help me out. My brain's not firing. You speak to Edgeworth. What's the item he wants? I've given him the ID thing. I'm giving him, I think. Yep. Back to the evidence room. Oh, okay. I just assumed there'd be something else. Oh no, wait. Now he's willing to say something else.
SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. Head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gunn. He was a top officer, and at my first time working with him, I was nervous.
Oh, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth.
In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I'd let him go, the blood would have been on my hands. We were not guilty verdict, and a killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I have a code. I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something.
My sister? What?
I don't know. I don't know.
If you're still studying...
If you're still studying forensic science,
Huh? Yes, of course. Why, today, Mr. Wright, me and Mr. Wright were just using this.
luminol testing fluid? Well then, you might have some use for this.
Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints?
Been chemically treated for better adhesion.
For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know.
I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm ready. No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and find these fingerprint files for everyone. And these fingerprint files for everyone involved.
Thanks. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Yeah, I think I will get to the end of this chapter, and then I think I will leave the big trial confrontation for next time. But I do have to get to the end of this fucking confrontation. So, let's go back to the... Well, she's left as well, that's good. We want to go to... there. Then there. Oh, he's also fucked off. Means we might actually not have to deal with anyone. Right. Here in this blood in the detective evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. Choose a finger. Finger? Each finger leaves behind slightly different print. Let's choose the finger that will have the leaf behind the clearest print. So either a finger or a thumb then. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Probably that one. Okay, now it's time to check the prints. Let me show you how it's done. First we sprinkle aluminium powder around. How do you do that? Enter. Okay. Thanks, cat. Looks like it did the trick. Aluminium powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. How do I do that? With E. Ow. Thank you, cat. Just pour the powder away an extra thick and blow away extra. Okay. Well, that was something. No, I didn't want to change finger.
Must have worn gloves. But it seems a shame.
Other prints? Enough, isn't it? No, it doesn't like that for some reason. I'm not really sure why it doesn't like that, but there we go. Let's match it up right away. Look at the fingerprint we've got from Mr. Edgeworth. Point to the person you think left this print. Yep. How'd you... Match found! You gave this so what look? I'm thinking so what? Okay, we gave nothing, but there's always next time. One other handprint in this room. Yes, there was, in the other locker. There with the blood was wiped away, right? We only end up finding using chemical means. Any prints there that we wiped away too? Oh, right. That means no prints. Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Okay. Oh. Oh, there is a fingerprint. It just wasn't there. Just randomly choose one part of the thing. It's pretty fucking clear. No? Still not clear enough. No. 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 Yep. Hello, cat. Who are they? Who's? Someone I know. It's Officer Marshall. That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. Oh. No. Take Marshall's fingerprints. Oh, wait. Blood stain. Now with Officer Marshall, it looks like his investigation is finally turning up results. I guess it's required decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Do you not believe it either? Well, to be continued. Finally. Oh Jesus, yes. Yes, I want to save. I want to go to bed. Right, it's trial, okay, right. We will pick this up again. We'll do my own voice. Second.
Can you still? You're in London.
Right, okay. I think this is my normal voice. I can't tell, I've been changing so many times.
Very close, yes.
Right, okay. You say close isn't actually it? Oh fuck.
No, it's
right.
pretty. It's a,
okay.
it's fine.
Yes, we will continue this on Tuesday. I think we'll. I imagine it's probably just like 3 trial sessions, and then we're on to the end of the level. Hopefully by then, we'll pick all this back up on Tuesday, and we'll get as far as we can on Tuesday before more nonsense happens.